Ashoka is very important that Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, when he chose to convert to Buddhism, now many people say he was already Buddhist by the time he was starting to read the book at his young age, and when he graduated after 10th class. When his Krishna Kirloskar gave him a copy after matriculation. He was the first Mahar to matriculate during that time. And so there people say that was an impression, and of course Babasaheb Ambedkar also remembers that moment fondly. But when he gave his speech in Yola, that though it was not in my hand, I was born a Hindu, but I will not die as one. What does that mean? Doesn't mean he is saying I will get rid of everything. Babasaheb Ambedkar wants to embrace what belongs to him. The Brahmins in India historically are crooked people. They are not original. Whatever they have is either by stealing, either by cheating, or either by lying. The best example, Bharati is saying that wherever temples you go, it is originally Buddhist. Whatever sites of worship you go, it is originally Buddhist. Whatever philosophical foundations they have, it has some relation, if not Buddha, the Sramana culture. So we should not give up, and that's why Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, when he was thinking, he was reconverting to our ancestral faith. Our ancestors, what they were practicing, what they were preaching, what they were professing in their life, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar thought this was a moment for me to take my people back to where our ancestors were sitting next to each other. And what date he chose? He chose the day when even Samrat Ashoka publicly embraced Buddhism. It is a lineage. That's why that day is called Ashoka Vijayadashmi. Ashoka Vijayadashmi, the day when Samrat Ashoka, the king of the king, the lord of the lords, the emperor of this entire fertile land, Samrat Ashoka, when he bows to the wisdom, to the panya of Tathagat Gautam Buddha, he sends a message to the world that my value, my strength is just a figment of thought what this enlightened person has achieved in his one life. And that humility, Babasaheb Ambedkar then connects us to that rich history. He was just not thinking some random dates. We all know he pondered upon it for more than 20 years. Right occasion, right time, right place. He had already converted to Buddhism privately. But when he was converting his entire people, he chose a day when he will lead his mass. And that day, taking lessons from the downfall of Ashokan Empire, when Pushyamitra Shunga tried to assault and kill and create a genocide of monks and Buddhist culture here, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar gave us a very powerful shield so that we don't get assaulted and murdered under this regime. What did he give? He gave 22 vows. That 22 vows are our strong shield against potential assault of these people, because our soothsayer, our leader thought that these might be the potential consequences upon my community. I don't want them to befall, because when I will go, who will take care of them? And that's why he wrote the masterpiece, the Buddha in his Dhamma, who acts as a guidance given by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar to us whenever we read through the pages. And I want to congratulate Buddhist Fraternity Council for making this a unique model of Buddha in his Dhamma, and the leader here, Dr. Bharati Prabhu, has appealed all of us to have a copy of it. Now more and more people are educating. More and more people are familiar with this part of history. We are starting from Dhamma Bhumi. What a beautiful name given to Kerala. Hereafter, whenever I will address Kerala, I will also mention Dhamma Bhumi when I will mention Kerala. This is a great cultural change we are doing. Then we have a Sangha Bhumi, we have Diksha Bhumi, we have different Bhumis. That means we are actually going back to the ancient Indian Republic identity that belonged to you and I. The people stole away from us, and that's why we became people built up with inferiority complexes. People trying to live not to the heighten of responses when people are attacking us. Because they took the powerful shield from us, the shield of Dhamma. If we add Dhamma into our life, our negativity will turn into positivity, inferiority will turn into thinking about yourself as somebody who is equal. This is the manifesto we would like to propose. The Dhamma Act is one of the very important foundations of what we are trying to do. We are going to make many changes in this, and there will be many deliberations. The Dhamma Act is meant to think everybody to be welcoming and part of Dhamma, part of the Buddhism. Unless and until we have that structure present in our life, we will be occasional Sunday morning prayer Buddhists. We don't want to have that. We would like to continue into our ancestral faith. And for us, if we are talking about Buddha, we are not talking about a person from a region, person from a language, person from ethnicity, person from certain gender. We are talking about an enlightened person, the Samyak Sambuddha, who found his way out of miseries and out of his compassion, gave us the marga, gave us the path, and inviting us to share that bliss of Nibbana that he had achieved. And we are grateful to the Sangha, especially the Ambedkarite Sangha, who has taken the message of Baba Sahib Ambedkar. I was recently in Sri Lanka. I would like to share some experiences that I've had in the Dhamma Desha. I spent 10 days visiting the 4 most important sites in Sri Lanka. I had informed Vinaya Bhante that I'm going to Sri Lanka. I went there. The first place I went was Anuradhapura. Anuradhapura is where the relics of Tathagata Gautama Buddha came. Now imagine how visionary our ancestors were. During the 4th century, the Buddhist kings here sent 2 emissaries with the relics of Buddha to Sri Lanka. Why did they send? They potentially knew if there was an attack on India, and if they take away everything, at least an island far away in Sri Lanka will preserve the relics of Buddha. And that was true. The relics are still preserved there, and they revere. Then Samrat Ashoka, he sent his 2 most beautiful children again to Sri Lanka. And these children, they joined the blissful order of Sangha. They call them Thero and Theri. Sanghamitra, one who went there, took the Bodhi tree with them and planted there. Anuradhapura is where that place is. And the kings, when realized the daughter of an Ashokan emperor is coming, they welcomed her with all the regalia. And when they see, she is a bhikkhuni. She doesn't need all this luxury. She was there to spread the word of the Lord Buddha. She was preaching. She led a nunnery by herself, and I saw the place where they cremated her. And the sight was so beautiful that a nun was leading, a bhikkhuni was leading prayers, and people dressed in white like you and I were sitting there. They were offering their gratitude to that beautiful moment. And then Samrat Ashoka's son, Bhante Mahinda, they call him Mahindra. From that place, I traveled to Polonnaruwa, another ancient city where relics are, and then I of course went to Kandy and then Colombo. During these visits of different places, I saw 3 things that I would like to mention. In people, I interacted with people. You sit in auto, you sit in bus, you go to restaurant, you talk to people. 3 things came to me straight away. One is smile. The people, wherever I went, greeted me with a smile. Now I am not used to people smiling. I thought they want something from me. So when they smile, I put my hands in my pocket if they want to steal something. Because I live in a country that is so corrupt that I am afraid if somebody is showing a positive, kind human gesture, I think he is stealing something from me. For 3-4 days, I have to get accustomed. Every time they smile, I am thinking there is a potential something that is assault. My mind was corrupted in this land of Brahminism. First was smile. Second was genuine kindness. People were genuinely kind. They had no reason to be kind. I told them, I am from India. They have much more reverence. And I said, I am Buddhist India. They are more happier because they connect to that history very assertively. And the third thing, smile, kindness. Third thing was generosity. They were generous people. An auto wala, if I go, the bill is 265 or 264. Now we don't have change, you give him 260. He don't ask you for extra change. He said, it's fine, I will go now. Those people were willing to sacrifice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rupees just because they want to make sure that they are not asking than what they deserve. I was very surprised. Where here, based on 1 rupee change, people might beat up each other. They might assault each other. There are cases in court for small piece of land or small inch of property. But people, regular auto walas, were willing to forego that few rupees. And I pondered upon it, what is the reason? Am I because I am tourist? Are they trying to show something? I am trying to think meditatively, and then only one answer came to me. This is their culture. And the culture is penetrated by over 2,300 years of Buddha's Dhamma. Dhamma is alive in those people. I was very inspired. I was very awestruck. I felt liberated being among those people. I was still trying to understand what that culture means. That means they are not perfect people. They are poor people. But they are proud people. They might not have enough money, but they are making sure that the Dana Bhavana, they kept on telling me about Shila Dana Bhavana. I said, whatever that is, he said, we believe in donation. We believe in giving. And everywhere I saw, even poor people, I went to the Buddhist shrines, were putting their hands in the pocket, and whatever their abilities, they were donating to the cause that they felt was important. It was not just spiritual. Some people might have just this religious blind belief. Every people have their own means of attending their own nibbana. Let them follow. We don't have to criticize anybody. But generally, what the sentiments of people were, it was mostly rooted in compassion. The Dhamma that these people are living. And now I decided in next few months I will visit Southeast Asian countries, Thailand and other Buddhist countries, to experience what has Dhamma done to them in Myanmar, in other neighboring countries. So we totally understand, and taking that experiences, we have to come back. I would like to, with these 3 experiences, appeal to all of you and those listening online. Let those 3 things that are observed in Sri Lanka be also part of our life. Let us be people who are genuinely exchanging smile, who are trying to establish a relationship of humanity by the first exchange. The second important thing we should do in our everyday interaction is how to be kind. Let us try to make kindness our principle, and certainly generosity. Let us put hands in our pockets. If we don't have resources, let us utilize whatever skills and talents we have and contribute to building this new caravan of Dhamma that we are trying to bring in our life. And the members of BFC and others, we should help raise some money and help them to travel to these Buddhist countries. Let them also travel to these Buddhist countries on a Dhamma trip. Let them have an experience how Dhamma is flourishing in this Buddha's land, and bring those experiences back, because what they are doing is essentially what Dhamma has guided them. Now we need to bring back that culture. I won't like you to appeal all of you, please make this as our collective effort. I congratulate you all for this extremely important event that has inaugurated today on 30 September 2023. Mark the date, because several years from now, several decades from now, this date, this Buddha junction, this very place is going to be remembered as inaugurating a separate history, individual history. Let us all be proud of our ancestors, proud of the Dhamma that they have given us, and love each other without having to find a reason. Jai Bhim, Namo Buddhaya.